Hey everybody. I know at first glance you may think you are looking at my African tank, but you are not. You are in fact looking at my T-bar tank. When I recently swapped out all of the fish in my African tank, the tank we're looking at now, my former African tank, I decided I was going to leave the scape the same. I just absolutely love this tank. It's my favorite one. I put a lot of time and effort into collecting the wood and the rocks and designing the tank and laying it out. And I don't think it loses anything to me personally, as having been my African tank and now being something different. I've already sort of stopped thinking about this as my African tank, and it now is my T-bar tank. I'm really looking forward to watching this T-bar grow in. I've still got a few additions I want to make. I think really the only thing I'm going to add is a school of neons. I think I need a little more color in there. And neons are very good for a little splash of color. So now that this is a South/Central American tank for the most part, I decided I was going to leave my black ghost knife fish in there. Very few of you have ever seen him. In fact, I very, very rarely ever see him. Maybe a grand total of a minute a month. A little glimpse here, a few seconds there, and that's about it. And I decided I wasn't going to try to get him out and put him in the big tank, the 125, that I'm sorry, not ready to shoot video of yet. I'm still got a little few teething troubles. But I decided to leave it in here because that is also a South American fish, and it would definitely fit with the theme. I also bought 10 peppered Corys. Well, I bought 10 peppered Corys, but what I got was 9 peppered Corys and 1 green Cory, or it's possibly an emerald. I think it's a green Cory, though. I've also got 5 of the tiger barbs. I've got a unspecified number of glow light Tetras and an unspecified number of Rasbora hets. And a few Cichlid, and that were in there from before. And a few, I think I've got 2 of the dwarf African frogs that are still in there from before. So that's the entire community. And all I'm going to add is a few neons, just for a little bit of color. I really like neons, and I was not able to keep them in this tank before, even though I wanted them. I know they would have been out of place in a pseudo-African tank. They would have looked very out of place. My snakeskin gourami wasn't African, but it looked right in the tank. I think neons would have looked wrong in that tank, not to mention they would have been a very, very brief snack for my Tenopoma. So I've left the black ghost knife fish in here. I'm going to add some neons, and then as the T-bar fills out and grows in, and will be a very prominent fish in this tank, it won't take long before this no longer feels like my African tank anymore, and it's going to feel very much like my South American tank, because the T-bar is just going to be fantastic. I apologize for the piss-poor lighting. It is barely adequate, but believe it or not, that is the grand totality of the lights that came on my 125. It is 2 3-foot fixtures. Each contains 1 2-foot T8 that is 17 watts. So that is a grand total of 34 watts of T8 lighting came on that 125. It was a joke. It was like night lights on it. So I took all the lighting off of this, plus I stole some lighting from some other tanks, and I've got, so again, I'm still working on the 125. Not quite ready with that yet. But this is adequate for now. I swapped them out. I put them on here, so that's why the tank looks like a night light is on in there, and you don't see any really vibrant colors on anybody. But as time goes on and I save a few more pennies, I'm going to get some better lighting for this tank. Again, I've got something that's adequate to go on with, and I feel confident and comfortable shooting video of this tank because it looks really nice now. So this was your introductory video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please sub, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching.